What is going on, everybody? Jorgen today. Everyone had a fantastic weekend. It is Monday once again. That means it is time for another football loose pack opening video in which we recap the NFL week and talk about the performances and injuries of the players we pull out of the packs. Week 7 this week, and we're going to be opening up 4 packs of 2016 Donruss football. Actually going to be finishing off my loose packs. I no longer have any more football loose packs, so I'm going to have to see if we're going to continue to do the packs, or maybe I just pull out some cards of players that had big performances, some injuries, and stuff like that. We'll have to see from here. But man, what a week it was for Week 7. We had some crazy finishes, some good performances as usual, some injuries. We also had another overtime game with the Browns and Buccaneers. The Browns seem to go into overtime every week. Just another solid slate of games this week. Let's go ahead and get right into the packs. We got 4 cards per pack, so that'd be a total of 16 cards. 4 packs of 2016 Donruss in today's football loose pack opening video. Let's go and get right into it. See what we can talk about. Oh, I know one injury. It's going to be pretty interesting to see. I don't know the severity of it yet, but he's not going to be in these packs. And that is Sony Michel for the Patriots. Injured his knee in Patriots-Bears game, and he did come into the league with knee problems. So, like I said, don't know the severity of that yet. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. But he did get his knee scoped before he actually started playing. He's been performing very well for the Patriots. So hopefully it's not too severe of an injury there, because that would be definitely a big blow. But then they still have James White in that Patriots backfield, who's definitely been putting up some numbers. But we start off with pack number 1, Russell Wilson. Not a whole lot to talk about there. Brandon Marshall. Still not a whole lot to talk about. Dorial Green Beckham, who the Titans in that London game versus the Chargers put on a pretty fair showing. They did go for 2 towards the end of the game to try to win it instead of sending it into overtime, and didn't pay off for them. But I do like the call. I like the aggressive call. I mean, I just didn't like the play call. I don't think I really liked the play call the entire time they were in the red zone, but because it seems like to me a lot of teams just love to pass the ball in the red zone without even trying to give the running back a shot to pound it in. I mean, you got Derrick Henry. That's probably one of the bigger backs in the NFL, and not going to even try to give him the shot in the red zone. But they still scored and then just went for 2 and then went with another pass play. Just didn't agree with that kind of call. But still worth going for 2. I think that was definitely a good decision there. And we finish off pack number 1 with a rated rookie of Trevor Davis, who Green Bay was on a bye this week. Hopefully, they come out. They got a pretty tough schedule coming up, so hopefully they come out, firing. We'll see what happens with Green Bay in the coming weeks. A nice rated rookie of Trevor Davis to finish off pack number 1. On to pack number 2. There's definitely some crazy finishes, especially in that Patriots-Bears game with Mitch. He went over 300 yards, I believe. And he also had a rushing touchdown. I think he had like 4 total touchdowns in that game versus the Patriots. Mitchell Trubisky. And then he also threw up a Hail Mary. And it came up 1 yard short. But was caught. Did come up 1 yard short, though. With Kevin White catching it at the 1. And the Patriots just stacking him up and not letting him in the end zone. So crazy finish there in that Patriots-Bears game. So our pack number 2 was Shane Vereen, who was it the Giants-Falcons play tonight, Monday Night Football. Should be interesting of a game there. Most likely might be high scoring, just based off of how bad the Falcons defense is. But then again, some of these high scoring games, they should have been high scoring, kind of been low scoring in the last few weeks. So we'll have to see there. Next up is Haloti Ngata. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. No, exactly how you pronounce his last name. But Lions. Lions are an interesting team this year. The first few weeks they didn't play very well, but I think in the coming up, they've been playing pretty well. So I think they should continue to play very well towards closer to the end of the season, as well as in the remaining coming weeks. They're a solid team. I think they definitely turned that Lions team around. So pretty interesting with the Lions there. Keep an eye on them. Cecil Shorts, Texans. Texans beat the Jaguars fairly easy, too. I mean, even Blake Bortles got benched in that game. Cody Kessler came in and moved the ball down the field, scored a touchdown, one-handed grab by T.J. Yeldon in the end zone. So, pretty interesting quarterback situation now that the Jaguars got with benching Blake Bortles in that game, which I don't think was entirely his fault. I just think that whole team was just performing bad, but Cody Kessler comes in and, gets a nice one-handed catch from T.J. Yeldon to score a touchdown. So pretty interesting, situation there. And also, I believe Watson is playing injured for the Texans, and he's kind of haven't been performing too well here the last few weeks. But still getting wins. The Texans are still getting wins. Also, big news. I don't know if we'll pull them in this pack, but the Cowboys, I believe, traded a first-round pick for Amari Cooper. Pretty interesting there. I don't know if that's official, but I think that's the word so far. So, pretty interesting trade there. The Cowboys going to get. They already have Michael Gallup, who had a very nice Sunday, and he's turning himself into a nice deep threat there for the Cowboys. Now they get Amari Cooper. That'd be interesting. We finish off pack number 2 with Corey Coleman, rated rookie, who's been practicing for several people. He's been dropped by several teams so far this year, but then he's been trying out for other teams. So hopefully he can find a landing spot somewhere. Got a nice rated rookie of Corey Coleman to finish off pack number 2. On to pack number 3. Drop the pack. I've been rambling pretty much a pretty long time in this video. Shouldn't take this long, but there's just so much to talk about, including Justin Tucker. What's the odds of that? Justin Tucker in that Saints-Ravens game misses his first extra point of his career. I mean, you can't really blame him because that wind was swirling in that stadium, and that ball just curved. He had it inside the upright, and that ball just went straight outside of it, curved outside of it. And his eyes, too. He was so stunned. He missed his extra point to tie that game up, and the Saints end up winning. That's just crazy, And then, also you had another kicking woes in Cowboys. Brett Mayer, who hasn't missed a field goal since week 1, missed a field goal to I believe tie it up with the Redskins, and just a whole bunch of kickers, errors coming in all the weeks so far in the NFL. We start off pack number 3 with Victor Cruz, Dan Marino. I don't think we talk a whole lot about him, but we can talk about that Dolphins team. They actually seem to be playing pretty well with Brock Osweiler. That's stunning, in my opinion. I mean, he's a fairly decent quarterback, but they seem to be moving the ball a lot better than they did with Tannehill, in my opinions. I mean, but one injury that they did come down with, I believe Albert Wilson, if I'm not mistaken, he did come down with what was reported to be a serious injury. So that could be a big blow for the Dolphins. Got Brian Hartline, who the Browns actually traded Carlos Hyde to the Jaguars. So now Nick Chubb and Duke Johnson got the reins for the Browns, and I believe Nick Chubb had 80 yards rushing and a touchdown, even though they did lose that game in overtime to the Bucs. But very solid outing by him, Nick Chubb. Finish off pack number 3 with Keanu Neal, rookie, who I believe is done for the season. I believe he was done for the season week 1 with an injury. So definitely devastating for the Falcons defense there. And also they lost Deion Jones, had to put him on IR too. So Falcons defense is pretty banged up. So we'll see if they can finish strong with the remaining games. But a nice rookie of Keanu Neal to finish off pack number 3. On to our final pack in today's video, pack number 4. Some other big performances. Todd Gurley, 3 touchdowns. I think he's up there. He tied a couple people with most touchdowns through 7 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, he's up there with Priest Holmes and somebody else. I can't remember the other guy's name, but pretty crazy company there. I as a plane decides to go over. It seems like planes go over a lot in my videos. But start off our final pack here with Cameron Hayward. Steelers were on a bye this week. A lot of talk about Le'Veon Bell returning, and then there's more reports about Le'Veon Bell returning during the bye week, and then there's more reports turning Le'Veon Bell returning week 9. So it's all over the place there, and I really don't think he's going to be doing too much for the Steelers this year. I mean, even if he comes back, I think Connor's established a heck of a role with his performances in that Steelers offense. So I don't know what the whole situation is, but I really don't see Le'Veon Bell touching the field much for the Steelers this year, just because that's what he wants. He doesn't want to get hit. He wants, a big contract. So we'll see the situation coming with that. That should be resolved in the coming weeks. I think it's getting down to that point. Got Ahmad Brooks, who the 49ers have they did get beat by the Rams fairly easily too. Like I said, Todd Gurley 3 touchdowns in that game. But they got an interesting back situation now. I believe Mostert is his name or something like that. He was a third-string running back originally, and now he's making a call to top Alfred Morris's touches. And then you got Breida's banged up there for the 49ers, who's been coming in and out. So that Mostert guy, if I'm pronouncing his name right, he could have a increased role in the coming weeks. It'll be pretty interesting to see on that as well. Got Warren Sapp, who, like I said, Bucks beat the Browns. I believe the Buccaneers missed a 40-yard field goal in regulation, but then hit a 59-yarder or something like that in overtime to win that game. Pretty stunning. Pretty stunning there. I think the Browns' defense is just not getting a lot of credit. I think they played solid throughout the year. The Browns team in general has played solid. So I think they definitely should have more wins than they have now, but they're definitely a solid team over there. But we finished off our final pack in today's video with a rookie of Bronson Kafusi. Hopefully that's how you pronounce his name. Is it Kafusi? Kafusi, maybe? Hopefully that's how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% certain on that, but nice rookie card here. Again, the Ravens, just an unfortunate ending there versus the Saints. First extra point missed of Justin Tucker's career, and it couldn't have come out at worst time to could have tied that ball game up. Saints end up winning by 1. That is just incredible when you think about it. Just after the after the extra point change, there's been a lot of kicking woes, for a lot of teams. I mean, it's not even just extra points anymore. It's just like a lot of people are missing field goals. Like the Vikings kicker Daniel Carlson, they literally thought during the preseason this guy's solid. Then he gets cut because he misses like 4 field goals in that Green Bay game. It's just crazy, a lot of kickers are having a hard time this year, but nice way to finish off this pack with a rookie of Bronson. Some other stuff we didn't get to talk about a little bit is the Lions. We talked a little bit about the Lions, but we didn't talk about Kerryon Johnson, who had a huge day with 158 yards. Finally, a little coming out party for him. He's been a solid contributor there in that Lions offense. Then, of course, we had Sunday night's football game, Bengals-Chiefs. The Chiefs are looking terrifying now because I think they got that defense figured out a little bit, because that defense looking really scary now. They were struggling in the first few weeks, but now they're putting on a show. I believe they had a pick 6 in that game. Towards the end of the game, it was already pretty much a blowout there. Hunt in that game for the Chiefs had 3 touchdowns on the day. Some pretty big performances this week. Adam Thielen continues his 100 receiving yard streak for the Vikings. I wonder if he's going to go the entire season with the 100 yards in every week. It's pretty crazy. He's racking up some numbers, that's for sure. But like I said, finish up the pack opening video with Bronson, rookie of Bronson for the Ravens. And that's basically about it. I covered a lot of stuff. Like I said, some of the injuries, like Sony Michel for the Patriots, Albert Wilson there for the Dolphins. Hopefully, those are 2 players that were pretty vital in both offenses, so hopefully it's not too serious for both of them. But it was reported that Albert Wilson was very serious, and then Sony Michel's was his knee, which is, concerning considering he came into the league with a knee injury, knee problems when he was drafted. And like I said, before he started, he also had his knee scoped out. So hopefully some good news comes out of those 2 organizations for those 2 players. But other than that, guys, this has been CardboardCellar. I hope you guys enjoyed.